Hello everyone, this is Arthur, and he's going to talk a bit about Kubernetes and Debian. Please show him some support.
Hello everyone. Did you guys like this slide? Yeah, took me some time to prepare it, but yeah, Kubernetes is an orchestrator and runs Docker containers, and so I decided to prepare this image of Debian kind of eating this chip full of containers. So a little bit about me. I'm a Debian contributor since 2019. I became a Debian maintainer this year. I'm also a system developer engineer at AWS. That's my nick, Arthur Diniz. I was born in Brazil, and now I'm living in Ireland. And my favorite sport and my hobby is doing kite surfing. And that's an image in Cumbuco in Brazil a couple of years ago. If you want to follow along the slides and have all the content that I'll be presenting today, you can just point your camera here, or you can grab the link as well here. That is a little bit tiny, but you can get in the pad as well for this talk. For the agenda, I will be talking about the Kubernetes ecosystem, how the release lifecycle works, what we have as other Kubernetes orchestrators, and what we have on Debian. And to end the presentation, I will be presenting the Kubernetes team and our backlog. So, who here has ever used Kubernetes or knows about Kubernetes or what it does? Okay, a lot of people here. That's nice. So Kubernetes, very fast explanation. It's a way that you can run containers in clusters. So you can create node clusters, and you can run those containers. So it's kind of a framework, and it was created by Google a couple of years ago. They based Kubernetes on another system that they have, another orchestrator called Borg, and have Apache license v2 in almost all the code base. Some of them can be MIT and some other things. It's a big ecosystem, and it's a monorepo. So that's a lot of dependencies in there, embedded in there in the vendor folder. So it's a little bit complicated to work with that monorepo in Debian, since we need to do a lot of things. So basic explanation: you have a control plane, and you can install things on that control plane, and you have the nodes. And the control plane will manage the pods running on those nodes. And in each node, you have components like kubelet and kubeproxy, so that monorepo will host all the code for those small components. And each of those components needs to be packaged as well, and to have the full cluster running if you want in the future in Debian. The release lifecycle, it's about 4 months that takes for Kubernetes to release a new version. They are split between groups of interest, so they develop features, and each group has different features that they are developing at the same time. And this lifecycle is very similar to what we have on Debian. So they plan what they want to do, they create the features, and they freeze everything, and after that they have like the final release, and they just publish it. Another visualization that you can see here is that we have multiple releases together, like we have 124, 125, and you see along the year that they're like continuously deploying things. And another thing is about patching. So after they release something, they need to continue sending updates and fixing CVEs or any kind of things like that. Canonical and Rancher, they also created their own distribution of Kubernetes. Canonical has MitraKs, and Rancher has K3s. Those are distributions based on Kubernetes. So basically what they did, they took the full orchestrator and they removed to get something smaller that can run in a single machine, for example, or at least with less resources, only what is needed. So now moving about what we have in Debian, that's one of the packages, one of the first packages that we have in Debian. It's called Kubernetes top one, but it's actually if you look at here, down here, see Kubernetes client. So that's the kubectl. It's a very popular CLI that you normally use to manage your cluster. And the only problem about this package is that back then it was using vendor folders, so not all the dependencies for that package is in Debian, and that can cause some issues and challenges that we still try to fix. So what we have in challenges on Go, in Go team and packaging Go things, and what the challenges we have in Kubernetes. So in Go upstream, usually vendor a lot of stuff in the repo, and we need to repack and remove those vendor folders pointing to what we have in Debian. If they're not in Debian, we need first to package that and then create the final package, the top level package. It's a big tree of dependencies, and normally it can take a while until you get all of them packaged. Some upstreams also, they try, they version tags based on V something, and suddenly you can wake up another day and see they just created another version of that. And that will break the Go path, which is the path in Golang that we use to know Debian knows where that package is installed. And Golang compilers as well knows where to search for those libraries. We also have multiple libraries in the same repository, and because I normally use GBP and Go team also uses GBP to package, that makes our life very complex to manage all those things, because the upstream handling multiple libraries in the same repo, also tags, has multiple tags with different names for each library in the same repo. So again, repacking, it's a constant thing, needed all the time. About new releases, that's more about Kubernetes. Having multiple releases will make very hard to fix CVEs and backport when we get to that stage. And this is something I came mostly for DebConf to meet the Go team people and also some other experts that knows more about how to handle those things in the archive. So then, after a while, I decided to create the Debian Kubernetes Team, and that was a place created for the ecosystem. One thing very important to mention is that Kubernetes Team has still a strong partnership with Go team, because most of the tools for Kubernetes are Go, and we need Go team effort as well, and what they're doing there is great. So only the top level tools will go to the Kubernetes team. All the libraries that can be shared will still continue going to the Go team. And the idea is to actually join effort of everyone that is interested in doing the same thing. I started this because I love Kubernetes and I like to use this, all the CLIs and everything that they have. And I saw that in Debian there's no support for that. I also talked with some other guys here like Zigo that told me that he started contributing to Debian because of something that he really likes to have. And that's why he started contributing more and more. And this is something that moves me every day and makes me keep working with things I like. Another thing is that I would like to see in this team is to stop vendoring dependencies. I already mentioned that's not something good, because we lose control on when we have a problem with security that can cause a lot of problem and trouble to update the package. So this is the logo I created as well. This is the official Kubernetes logo, and I stick the Debian in front, so it looks like something a little bit old, like Pirates of Caribbean or something like that. I don't know. So the first thing I did after creating the group was to start a migration. So I took a search in the archive and tried to find everything related to Kubernetes. So those are some tools that I started migrating. So I talked to Chang to migrate kubectx and kubetail, and we're still in progress. We have kube color, something that needs to be also updated. There's using like not the latest version. And how we do that? Basically, first thing I try to contact the maintainer of the package and showing more things about the Kubernetes team and how, like what is about it. And if they agree, then I create the issue in the support team of Salsa, saying what needs to be moved and where. And I also ask in the email for the maintainer to say that he agrees or he or she agrees on that transferring process. So this is what we have today. We have only 5, still not a lot of packages, but that's something. Start with something, then you keep moving. This is how it's looking in Salsa. It's the same structure as Golang. We have this subfolder called packages and keeping all the packages inside that. And also here some links of everything that was created. We have tracker, email list, IRC, wiki, Salsa, and docs. Docs I will talk about a little bit more later on. But one thing that I'd like to mention, if you are interested, again, just join those links, like the IRC or the email list, and talk to us, at least talk to me. I'm the only one in the team, so come join me. So now I will be doing also a demo about one thing that I did. But before I do that demo, I would like to show how I'm organizing the things inside the team. I decided to use the issues in Salsa, and I'm trying to, basically for each issue, trying to explain more about the package, why it's needed, and what's the version, and now the list of dependencies, and what is already packaged in Debian, and what version. So that makes, at least in my brain, easier to know and track what is going on, and what is the work we need to gather to fix and package that. So that's not for all issues yet, but I'm trying slowly to document that better. And then moving to the wiki, and actually I'm calling docs. So I also have this issue of trying to find things inside Debian, trying to find the right packages. Sometimes people publish packages and they change the binary name, so it's kind of hard to know what you have there. So I decided to document this in another like a GitLab pages or Salsa pages, and document also the packages we have. So this page, we have like a basic introduction of the team, and here you can also see like we have the packages list. So for each package, I try to gather information from the upstream and also what we have in Debian with some automated scripts, showing what is the version, kind of a mix of tracker with what we have in the upstream. So as you can see, you have information about the packages, the releases, where's that package in, you can download, how you can install it, and how you can use it. That's for almost every package that we have right now in the team. And also showing kubetail, for example, I also linked the bugs in the BTS here. So if a person's trying to like look where's the bugs and don't know where's the BTS that's showing bugs for that package, you can go in these docs and you'll be able to find at least the bug number, and then you can find the link for that later and see the bug. But you know that someone already created bugs and can track that here. To finish my presentation, I also created a contributing. This was kind of a fork from the Golang team. I changed some stuff. There's still some things to change here, but the contribution model is very similar because we have very similar tools. It's Golang underneath. Some things we are not using, like we have this tool called make Golang, very used to start the packaging process. But for example, you have like create Salsa repo for using this tool that you will create all the Salsa repo. We are not using that because if we run that command, we'll create a repo in the Golang team. So some other things are slightly different, but overall, the packaging process, the way that we're like versioning stuff will still be the same. And I try to start fresh here, and I put information on how we can contribute on that as well. So happy needed here as well if you are interested more in contributing, documenting things, and having things a place where you can see and find more information about the packages. So going back to the presentation, let me. Coming next, I have plans, but I don't have time enough for those. There's kubectl, which is the first package that I showed you guys. There's already kind of vendorized in Debian. That's my goal for at least this year, to have it unvendorized. Compose, customize, K9s, and Helm, and more. So if you have CLIs or tools that you use in your daily basis to manage clusters and you like to see in Debian, that you use a lot, please reach out us or create a salsa issue there explaining more about the tool. And that's basically it. I'm open for questions.
If someone has a question, please raise your hand.
These are all very fast-moving projects. How do you plan on doing security support for these in stable?
That's something I don't have an answer for that yet. I'm trying to figure out. Depends on how many people will join the team and what will be the work required and the number of tools we're going to maintain. But that's something big. And also, if you have like sponsors and companies that would like to see that and have employees working on that, will make our lives like easier to do stuff.
What's the status of auto package tests in those Kubernetes-related packages?
So some of them, I'm trying to create auto package tests, but for others, it's very hard because they require dependencies to be installed in the machine we're running. For example, kind, which is it's a CLI to create a container Kubernetes in Docker. So we will spin up a cluster in Docker in your machine. It's very hard because it depends on Docker to be installed. So the auto package test will not run all the tests there, and even if we try to create that, there will be more work to be done there. So most of them, I think like 80%, we have auto package tests running fine, but the rest is still work in progress.
We still have time for one more question. Okay, so thank you for our presentation, Arthur, and it's nice to see such a great effort to get Kubernetes into Debian.
Yes,
everyone.
Thank you.